Good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss about an important topic in biochemistry, that is biotransformation. It is also known as detoxification or metabolism of xenobiotics. Now what is biotransformation? It is a biochemical process or reactions occurs in the body where one chemical is converted to another chemical. And this second chemical, it may be toxic, non-toxic or less toxic compound. That is, one chemical is converted to another chemical, that is known as biotransformation. There are two terms in biotransformation. One is detoxification and another is intoxication. So detoxification means conversion of toxic compound into a non-toxic or less toxic and water-soluble form that are easily excreted from the body. And intoxication is conversion of a toxic compound into a more toxic form. That is, in detoxification, the compound is converted into a non-toxic or less toxic form, but in intoxication, the toxic compound is converted into a more toxic form. For example, methanol is converted to formic acid, and this formic acid is more toxic than the methanol, and this is one example of intoxication. Now I am coming to the point metabolism of xenobiotics. So xenobiotics come from the two words, that is xenos and biotics. So xenos means foreign and bios means living things. So, the xenobiotic is a compound that is foreign to the body that needs detoxification. There are different xenobiotics like food additives, adulterants, toxic compounds that are normally produced in the body, that is bilirubin, then compound that is produced by bacterial action like histamine, tyramine, cadaverine. Then agrochemicals like fertilizers, insecticides, herbicides, then pollutants, drugs, cosmetics. So these are all xenobiotics, and these foreign compounds need detoxification. So mainly detoxification occurs in the liver. Sometimes kidney and other organs also involved. Now I am coming to the point metabolism of xenobiotics. So metabolism of xenobiotics divided into two phases. One is phase 1 and one is phase 2. In phase 1 there are three reactions. First one is oxidation, second is reduction and third is hydrolysis. In phase 2 there is conjugation reaction. There are different conjugating agents. For example, glucuronic acid, amino acids like glycine, glutamine, glutathione, then sulfate, methyl group, thiosulfate, etc. These are different types of conjugating agent. In oxidation or hydroxylation of phase 1, an important enzyme is required, that is cytochrome P450. This cytochrome P450, it is also known as mixed function oxidase, and it is a monooxygenase. Means one molecule of oxygen is incorporated into the substrate and another molecule is reduced to form water molecule. Therefore, it is known as monooxygenase. This enzyme requires NADPH as a coenzyme. There are multiple forms of cytochrome P450 ranging from 20 to 200. And they are all hemoproteins. Hemoproteins means they contain heme as the prosthetic group. Cytochrome P450 are found in highest concentration in the microsomes of liver. This enzyme also requires phosphatidylcholine for its action. In cytochrome P450, 450 indicates it has maximum absorption at 450 nanometer, when exposed to carbon monoxide. Now I am coming to the phase 1 reaction. The first reaction is oxidation. Many foreign compounds are detoxified in the body by oxidation. Generally, aliphatic compounds are easily oxidized than aromatic ones. There are so many examples of oxidation reactions like oxidation of alcohol, oxidation of aldehydes, oxidation of amines, then oxidation of aromatic hydrocarbons, then oxidation of sulfur compounds. Now the first one is oxidation of alcohol. So alcohol are converted to their corresponding acids by oxidation. For example, methanol is converted to formic acid, ethanol is converted to acetic acid, benzyl alcohol is converted to benzoic acid. Now oxidation of aldehyde. Example, benzaldehyde is converted into benzoic acid, chlorel is converted into trichloroacetic acid. In amines, aliphatic amines are converted into aliphatic amino acids and urea. In anilines, converted into aminophenol. Then in aromatic hydrocarbons, it includes benzene is converted into phenol. Then in sulfur compounds, they are converted to sulfuric acid. Then in drugs, some drugs like meprobamate is oxidized to hydroxymeprovamate. In this way, the toxic compounds are converted to less toxic and water soluble one. Then it is directly excreted through urine or is handed over to phase 2 reaction, that is conjugation reaction, and it is again converted to more water soluble form or excretable form and get excreted from the body. Now coming to the second reaction of phase 1, that is reduction. There are three important examples of reduction reaction. The first one is nitro compound is reduced to amino compounds. For example, nitrophenol converted into aminophenol. Then picric acid is reduced to picramic acid. Then chlorel is reduced to trichloroethanol. These are all examples of reduction. Now the third reaction is hydrolysis. So what happens in hydrolysis? The bigger molecules are converted into smaller ones. The hydroxyl group is added to one compound and hydrogen is added to another compound. In this way, the bigger molecules are converted into smaller ones and they get hydrolyzed. Some important drugs that are detoxified by hydrolysis includes aspirin. So aspirin is hydrolyzed to salicylic acid and acetic acid. So another drug that are detoxified by hydrolysis is atropine. So atropine is converted to tropic acid and tropine. Then procaine is converted to aminobenzoic acid and diethyl aminoethanol. Then acetanilide is converted to aniline and acetic acid. So one more drug is there, that is DFP, that is known as diisopropyl fluorophosphate. It is a nerve gas. This DFP is converted to dialkyl phosphate. So these are the drugs that are detoxified by hydrolysis. Now coming to the phase 2, that is conjugation reaction. Foreign compounds combine with the substance that are produced in the body and it is converted to less toxic and excretable form. The process of conjugation may occur either directly or after the phase 1 reaction. And there are different type of conjugating agents that I have already discussed. Now coming to the first conjugating agent, that is glucuronic acid. The active form of glucuronic acid is UDP glucuronic acid. Bilirubin is conjugated with UDP glucuronic acid and form bilirubin diglucuronide. This bilirubin diglucuronide is water soluble and excreted from the body. When phenol is conjugated with UDP glucuronic acid, then it forms phenyl glucuronide. Benzoic acid, when combined with glucuronic acid, then it forms benzoyl glucuronide. Now coming to the second conjugating agent, that is glycine. When glycine combined with benzoic acid, and gets converted into hippuric acid. Glycine is also required for conjugation of bile acid. For example, cholic acid combine with glycine to form glycocholic acid. Now coming to the third agent, that is glutathione. So glutathione is a tripeptide. Another name of glutathione is gamma glutamyl cysteine glycine. This cysteine group is important for conjugation of alkyl aryl halides or alkenes or nitro compounds. Now coming to the fourth conjugating agent, that is glutamine. So phenyl acetic acid is conjugated with glutamine to form phenyl acetyl glutamine. Now the next conjugating agent is sulfate. The active form of sulfate is phosphoadenosine phosphosulfate, that is in short form it is known as PAPS, and this is active sulfate donor. For example, when phenol is combined with active sulfate, that is phosphoadenosine phosphosulfate, it form phenyl sulfate. Now the next conjugating agent is acetic acid by acetylation. In acetylation, acetate donor is acetyl CoA, and this is exemplar acetylation. In methylation, active donor of methyl group is S-adenosyl methionine, that is SAM. And there are so many compounds converted into different compounds by methylation. For example, epinephrine is converted to metanephrine by methylation. Now the next conjugating agent is thiosulfate. It is important in the conjugation with cyanide. A cyanide gets conjugate with thiosulfate and converted into a less toxic excretable form. So these are the 8 conjugating reactions. So this is all about biotransformation or detoxification or metabolism of xenobiotics, phase 1 reaction, that is oxidation reduction hydrolysis, and phase 2 reaction, that is conjugation reactions. So thank you.